I understand we have till about 1:30. I'm going to try to save some time in that space for questions, but I'll also stick around for a while afterwards. If anybody has some comments or questions, we can spend a little more time. What I'm hoping to do today is to address a phenomenon everybody here has experienced, both in the sense of being the protagonist and also the witness to. We've all had the experience of seeing a Baryshnikov hang in midair for an impossible amount of time, or a Michael Jordan, or to witness John Coltrane playing an impossible coda to a jazz solo for 45 minutes all by himself and wonder, where in the world does it come from? What kind of zone do people get into when this kind of phenomenon occurs? And everybody in this room, I'm sure, has experienced that phenomenon yourselves, whether it's in the context of writing a paper or being involved in some sporting event. Maybe you, for the first time, if you were a tennis player, you were running frantically for a backhand, and maybe for the first time in your life, a running backhand topspin lob, and it worked, and you won the point. And where did it come from? Because you'd never done it before. Maybe you'd read about it, or maybe seen it once on TV. Everybody's had this experience where all of a sudden, everything seems to go right. You're in some kind of a zone, and some strange integration of skills and attitudes and concepts and feelings somehow get integrated in that microsecond, and something quite magical happens. I think that's the heart of the creative experience. And it's my thesis that in every such instant, in any walk of life that involves this kind of creative moment, it involves the bringing together, the integration of two very separate disciplines. It occurs whether or not we're consciously aware that we're doing it. One is the more obvious one, the discipline of the particular skill or artistic pursuit that we have. If we're a painter, it involves the, getting the paints, getting the canvas, having enough technique to be able to produce a stroke, to get the right blend of colors. That's the more obvious discipline that gets invoked. But the other, less well-known and less discussed, involves the bringing the ecstatic tradition into the mix. And this is a tradition that from time immemorial, pan history, pan cultures, the ecstatic traditions have had one common denominator, which is to train the practitioner to lose the positional sense of the self. And that's really the heart of what ecstasy means, being outside of oneself. So my belief is that at those really creative moments, the intellectual, aesthetic, cognitive part melds with a more emotional, passionate, ecstatic part, and then ignited by a spark of creativity, something hopefully special occurs.